Thanks for the permission.
Yeah, no problem.
What a day.
What a day.
Ooh. What's up, everybody? And welcome back to Challenge Express. Choo, choo. You look like you're ashamed of me over there. Are you embarrassed or of me?
No.
We're back. I am Tom, joined by my co-host, as always, Nicole.
It's spooky season.
Hey, October. Best time of the year.
What better way to celebrate spooky season than to have your house be haunted?
Yeah. What? Your house is haunted?
I didn't tell you.
No, well, actually, you messaged me and you were like, ran into a really spooky encounter. And I was like, oh, what happened? And then you didn't respond.
The house is haunted.
Your house is haunted? Well, I guess I'm not coming to visit.
Things are getting pulled off the shelves every day. I think it's because I went to too many cemeteries.
Yeah, you've been going to a lot of cemeteries lately. I've been seeing on your Instagram.
It's either that or all the creepy dolls that I bought, but something's in here.
Might be a combination of both. Maybe that's the recipe. Creepy dolls visiting a lot of cemeteries.
Anyway, it might be me speaking, it might not be, I don't know.
If you hear a demonic voice take over, it's okay. We know her house is haunted, so it's no big deal.
My head just starts spinning, just keep recording.
Yeah. So episode 9 of Spies, Lies, and Allies. And this episode was all about Corey, but did it make him look good? Even though he came out victorious at the end, was it a good episode for Corey?
I was thinking about that, and I was trying to ignore editing and you know how they can make the storyline look a certain way. I was trying to ignore all that and just look at it unbiased or whatever. Yeah. And I was thinking that I think they were trying to make him look bad, but if you look at the facts, I don't think he did anything bad.
I think it's the opposite.
Yeah, if anything, yeah.
I think they were trying to make him look good, but I think his decision making and thought process was pretty bad in the game. Maybe they weren't trying to make him look good, but I saw it as Corey doesn't know what's going on in the house.
Wow, you really took it as completely opposite?
Yeah, that's pretty wild. We are usually on the same page, so I don't know where to go from here.
Okay.
Your house is really haunted.
I really thought that they were trying to make him look bad, and I'm saying it's true, he's never been snaky. Maybe he's working with Jeremiah, but Kyle's in the same exact boat. Kyle in the daily helped a rookie out too, but nobody was talking about that.
That's true. Yeah.
So I think that they were just they needed a target, so they had an easy vote, and they were just targeting him. I don't think he did anything maybe.
Yeah, and Corey kind of taking a page out of Wes's book this season. Getting the rookies on his side when the time came.
Yeah,
he had all the rookies on his side. It wasn't enough, as we saw, and because we saw him and Nelson have the list of who's in what alliance. See, that's where I think Corey just had it all wrong. I think Corey's wrong in his assessment. He says that he breaks down the house into different alliances. Devin and his crew, which is Devin, CT, Kyle, Ed, and then Big Brother, Nani, Casey, Emmanuel, Josh, and then Nelson and Corey, who are with the rookies. And I think he thinks that Devin and his crew are separate from Big Brother. I think the biggest alliance in the house personally, and the one that might get all the way to the end, for the guys at least, Devin, Josh, and Logan. Because Logan has a weak partner.
Yeah.
So Josh and Devin won't mind maybe going to the end with him, even though they may not be partners next episode.
Oh, yeah. Wait, so you have them the alliances written down. Who has the most numbers?
I mean, according to like Corey's assessment, everything's kind of up in the air. There's like 4 people with Devin, there's 4 people with Big Brother, but I don't think Corey realizes how close Devin and Josh are.
It's
Because
pretty obvious.
I mean, it is to us as viewers, right? So I think, I mean, do you think his list was accurate? I mean, I guess in a way at like a very base level. But then again, Kyle and CT in an alliance. I mean, CT has never been one to be in an alliance.
Yeah, but CT will just do whatever is easiest.
Exactly. Same with Kyle to
Yeah.
a certain extent.
So I don't know. Nobody's even looking at CT, it feels like.
It's pretty weird. I mean, Devin has had confessionals where he's like, yeah, I don't want a champ to win again, but they immediately go after the women who have won first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't want CT in the final. Like, don't sleep on
it. And I think also CT might have the read on the game a little wrong as well, because he's trusting this vet alliance so hard because he wants to believe it. Like he has a conversation where he's like,
he needs to believe it. That's all he has.
Yeah, anyone who goes against the vet alliance right now, we should just, target because we want to keep this thing strong. It's like, yeah, CT, of course you want to keep it strong. You're a champ. There's not a lot of champs vets on this season. So I hope he realizes that a Devin, a Josh won't want to see him in a final. Maybe he thinks they're not smart enough to like act on it at a certain time. But I think CT's really relying on this vet alliance to get him through the whole game.
I don't know. But the way that I feel like the way that CT approaches things, it's like he's done this so many times. He's won enough. He won recently. And I think he's just like, I don't think he cares to think about it that much. He's just going to do whatever's easiest and just hope that it works.
Yeah. Because if you think about it too much, you might shoot yourself in the foot too.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't see him like strategizing or like, I'm not saying that he doesn't want to win, but I don't know. I kind of feel like Amber, this episode had similar vibes. After she lost, she was like smiling. And I think it's probably because she won. Like this is only her second season. Yeah. She's already won. She's had like a good run. She's a threat. She knows people are afraid of her. She knows MTV is bringing her back. So like, it's not like she didn't need, like, you could tell she wasn't, yes, I think she wants to win, but she wasn't so hungry because she just ate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Good point. Yeah, I mean, you say that she's guaranteed to come back, which she should be, but she was a replacement this season, which is kind of strange. She wasn't on the original cast, so.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, especially with the female champions. There's not a lot of them, so it's important, I feel like, to get them to come back.
Yeah, and when people get sent home, do they like get to go somewhere cool or something? Because remember when Bananas and like Morgan got sent home or something, they like went on some epic vacation together before. Like, do they have to go stay somewhere until the season is done filming? Because
I don't think they have to. Maybe they put them in a hotel for a little bit and
because
then
if
they send them home
early, people will know.
I mean, yeah, close family will know. Maybe in their contract, they're not allowed to go out to like public spaces until the season ends. I don't know the specifics. I would love if any viewers watching knows. I'm sure they know that challenge lore of what happens after they get eliminated.
I think Survivor, they're not allowed to go home until it's over and they all have to go somewhere.
Yeah, they go to some place called like Ponderosa or something.
I think it's Ponderosa, yeah. And the reason I'm asking is because I feel like that was another reason why Amber was smiling. She's like, all right, me and Jeremiah are like hopping on a plane to who the fuck knows where. And she's like, oh, little vacation. Like, I don't know, maybe not, but
Yeah, some people definitely traveled the country that they're in after they get
yeah.
eliminated. Speaking of Bananas and Morgan, they actually broke up like last week.
Really?
Bananas got caught cheating,
Oh,
apparently,
really?
allegedly. Yeah, I didn't read too much into it, but I just saw it on like my Google News feed, and I was like, oh shoot,
Oh
maybe a
no.
comeback for Bananas
Oh no, they were together.
for like a year or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Ed, I feel like we got to talk about Ed. What was on your mind there?
was gonna say something so fucking morbid.
And say it.
And then I was like, that's a really, really dark way to start the weekend. So
Well, it is October. If there's a time to be morbid, it's now.
something along the lines of love isn't real and
Okay. Even though you have a Sean, you have a somebody.
all right.
I feel like we need to reserve a spot to talk about Ed every analysis
Let's talk about him right
because
now.
he was talking to himself. So we should show him some love and talk about him.
I love it.
Yeah.
Wait, what did he say?
He was just like, I find it hard to open up about like talking strategy because I feel like people just don't give me feedback and I just don't know what to do. And then it just zooms out and he's talking to himself. He's a breath of fresh air. It's like, why don't we get more people like this?
I don't know, but they also replayed the clip of him saying spies, lies, and allies. It's a lot. Like they did it again in the recap, and I was just cracking up. Or maybe I made that up in my head. But
I think you might have made it up because I don't think maybe it was in like the previously on.
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay.
But I was like, whatever.
You're a liar. Spies, lies, and allies. It's almost like Nelson's only input during him and Corey's little session of strategy, where Nelson at the end is just like, spies, lies, and allies.
Yeah. What do you think? I know you want to talk about the daily, but before we do, what do you think? Like what? So it used to be the Young Buck Alliance, or right?
The Team Young Buck, yeah.
And that didn't work. None of them, like, I don't know if they ever even made it to a final. I mean,
Hunter technically got a win, but didn't win any money.
Oof.
Which is a topic in this episode.
Oh my God, I cannot forget that. Hold on.
Yeah.
I cannot. I'm writing this down so I don't forget. Okay. So
this was a great episode, by the way. We should have started with how good this episode was.
Amazing. One of the best ever. Yeah. What is Corey and Nelson, what are they doing wrong? Like they've been, what Corey said, 8 seasons or something. It's like they've been doing this for so long, but yet every season it feels like it's like them against.
I think people don't take Nelson seriously. He's not the most intelligent person when it comes to like strategy and just like speaking. So I guess people might not take him too seriously. I could totally see that. And I think Corey just maybe he thinks too much. He really cares, and that comes across. And I think that's a bad thing because you could tell CT obviously cares, but he kind of goes around like he doesn't. And it kind of puts him under the radar. But Corey maybe just needs to shut up sometimes, like talking to Devin, seeing where his mind's at, talking to all these rookies kind of preemptively because the vet war just started and he has a rookie partner who hasn't seen Elimination yet. So, and a rookie partner that's perceived as weak where people aren't afraid to, take their hit on Corey and Bettina, even though I love Bettina.
I know you love her.
Bettina.
I told you do. Literally,
I didn't know I did, but now I do.
Oh my gosh. The last episode, I was like, you love Bettina. And you're like, what are you talking about? I told you love her.
You spoke it into existence.
I willed it to be.
Yes.
No, seriously.
We're not doing this again.
You always talk about
No,
her.
I don't. But now I'm gonna. My little Swedish dancer.
She's amazing.
She carried Corey. Corey would be freaking gone right now.
She did. She outperformed Amber, Jeremiah, and Corey. She was the MVP.
Yeah.
All right. Go
Daily
ahead.
challenge.
Go ahead. I know.
Daily challenge. Bombshell battle. Best daily challenge of the season. I don't think that's even in debate.
Yeah, it was great. I wasn't as confused as I usually am.
Although if they've, the colors get so, everyone wearing the same uniform is annoying to me. It used to be every, pair had their own color. And especially when you put the balls in the middle with, they're all different colors for each team. It was hard to be like, oh, pink is going to be for Ed because they're all wearing just navy blue uniforms.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. That was, if we had to criticize, sure. That's one thing. But also, like, it wasn't set up so at any given time male and like men and women could be in there.
Yeah, I think that was awesome.
Yeah, and it seemed like it was pretty consistent where most of the men were in at the same time. But I was kind of confused, like, how are they all on the same page where that's happening?
Yeah,
there wasn't a moment where it was like 50-50. It was like,
I want to say there was one moment where I saw a guy just take a ball out of a girl's hand. But it was very quick. I'd have to go back and check, but it was like the easiest steal ever. They're just like,
I'm sure they had like this mutual kind of agreement where like unspoken thing where it's like, all right, the women are just going to go after the women and the men are just going to go after the men. But like technically, I don't know. Yeah, it's super fun to watch.
You know what else is fun to watch? Just Josh in every daily challenge. I don't know why, it's just funny. I mean, he does well in a majority of them, but it's still funny just to see his face and his movements.
I think this is like Josh's season. Josh is kind of running like,
yeah, like I said, it's him and Devin. Why are him and Devin like walking around the house like, well, this is our plan and this is what's gonna happen? They're just like talking to people like they're the head honchos.
They are. Yeah, I mean, and if I was anybody else, I'd be cool taking them to the final.
Yeah.
Like, sure.
Speaking of taking to the final, I actually saw Nani lifting weights and doing like ab exercises.
Wait, you saw her lifting a pack of cigarettes and a beer?
It was like a 3-pound weight, sure, but
I'm just kidding.
I know, but that was like more. It caught my eye because I see her running on the treadmill sometimes in these seasons, but not actually training. So maybe, never mind.
Yeah, I was just gonna let you keep talking. I'm like, all right.
Yeah. The daily challenge. Corey flattened Josh in that first round, which was pretty intense. That was like the most physical it got. I mean, Corey and Josh were getting in, or Corey got into it with Josh the majority of the time.
I think the most physical it got was when there was 2 asses on Casey's face. That was, she was
69 action going.
She was getting sandwich.
Dude, why did she straddle her like that?
I don't know.
Like did it and did like a model look. She was just like, and she literally was okay with losing and just held Casey down for the entire round. Like, what happened?
Oh my God.
There's like, she was in a music video. She was just like.
What do you think about Logan and him trying to? I was a little shocked. Like, he knew some moves.
Logan is conniving.
Yeah, like it was. I was shocked to see a rookie like pulling that card. That like, I'll protect. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he's seen a season before. Or like, I don't know what triggered him to do that. But I mean, I think it was smart.
I guess it could be a Survivor move. I mean, the same kind of move can be used in Survivor. So
yeah. But I mean, it made me kind of realize like, oh, don't sleep on Logan. He's kind of.
No. I mean, even throughout the whole season, every like little conversation he has is like thought out and planned. He talks to Big T and he's like, we got to get rid of your partner. He's like,
Yeah.
it's good to keep your enemies close. Like he has no remorse. And I know, we expect these rookies to come in naive, and most of them do, but some of the rookies this season are coming from shows that are intense,
Yeah.
Survivor that lasts however long, 5 months or whatever it
Well,
was.
it depends on where you are, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think Turkey was something crazy like that.
Yeah. So yeah, we see Corey pass it to Jeremiah again. Like Corey, like it's not a good look, even if like Jeremiah gets it and scores. It's only advancing to round 2, first of all, and second of all, you just showed your colors. You passed it to a rookie.
See, I honestly did not think it was that big of a deal.
I mean, it turned out to not be in the round, but
because I'm telling you, Kyle passed it to somebody too.
Right. Yeah. At the end, Kyle did pass it to Ed.
So I think you get in a point where like it's a standoff and you're like, all right, that guy's over there. Like, I mean, yes, they're also friends, but like, I just don't think it's that big of a deal. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I know was that people act so shocked, but it's like, wait, are you really like, or do you just want to put a target on Corey because it's easy to have a target?
Yeah, people just, they see anything that happens, any little thing, and they'll jump on it.
Jump on it. Jump on it.
Jump on it. Yeah, Corey and Josh get into it after the round. You think we're down there playing patty cake? Might be one of the best quotes of the season.
Wait, who said it?
Corey said it to Josh after the round ended. He was like, "Well, you think we're down there playing patty cake? I want to win."
Oh man.
The teams that advanced to round 2: Ed and Ashley, Logan and Nolly. Logan and Nani. It's been a long morning.
What a day, am I right?
What a day. Nelson and Big T. Emmanuel and Casey, Devin and Amber.
Emmanuel and Casey have been quiet.
Yeah, they started off, doing really good in the dailies. Now they're kind of under the radar. Probably good for them.
Yeah, but people should be trying to get them out. Like,
yeah, I mean, we almost saw their partnership become split at the end of this episode, but TJ had other things up his sleeve. Who's your favorite pair right now? Or right now, because they're about to end.
Yeah. Oh man.
I like Nelson and Big T a lot.
Really?
Yeah. They did. Big T killed it in one round, and then came up, and I don't know. Their chemistry was cute.
Really, I didn't.
Nelson was like, "That's my girl." Yeah. It was really cute.
I don't know. I kind of like Corey and Bettina, because of Bettina. Because Bettina.
Yeah.
Who else? Who's Kyle with?
Emmy.
Who's Kyle's partner?
We got Kyle and Amanda.
Oh, and Amanda. Amanda's been quiet too.
Yeah, she's been pretty quiet. She's had her confessionals here and there. She got into it during deliberation with Nelson.
Yeah. Maybe like CT and Emmy or Corey and Bettina.
Yeah. And then so advancing to round 3 is it's Ed and Ashley, Logan and Nani, Nelson and Big T, but it's just a guys round. They just put the guys down there to settle it because in the previous round the girls settled it. So it's basically Ed, Logan and Nell. Actually, no, I lied. They do round 3 is normal, like round 2 and 1.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought that. Yeah, they tagged each other in and whatnot.
Yeah.
And Ed actually said after the whole daily challenge was over, Ed said he went up and Ashley was nowhere to be found because she was so pissed that Ed gave the ball to Logan.
Oh, they showed for a second how pissed she was.
Yeah, did they?
Yeah.
Ed was like, yeah, I didn't know where she went. I think she went to like the production van, like tried to go home.
I don't know why she was so upset. Like, I mean, I get it,
She is
but
super paranoid.
yeah, but it didn't like put her in a weak position. Like, I don't know, it didn't make her that vulnerable. I just want you to know, every time I record with you, for some reason, it's the only time that I look for my spider friend. And every time, every week, he's much bigger. Like, I might need to get rid of him soon.
Oh man, we have the same in like certain corners of our house. We just got spiders locking it down, playing security.
Like, I'm cool with it, but he's getting big.
Yeah,
Little Frank over
he's
there.
getting mad bugs. He's cleaning up that room. That means
yeah, maybe I'll leave him one more
'tis
week.
the season. I mean, you can't take him away in October. You gotta at least wait until November.
That's true. Stay tuned until next week.
Yes. Yeah, Nelson and Ed make a deal with Logan. And Logan held up to his end of the deal. So I mean, all went well.
Yeah, which was smart. Like, he had to. If he didn't, that would have just put a huge target on his back. So I think it was a good political move.
Yeah, for Nelson, which you don't see often. And I kind of like how Nelson, tackled Ed at the end. Like Ed was gonna try to get the ball from Logan, but I think Ed was like, I don't care. So when Nelson tackled him, Ed was just like not fighting back. Like, what are you doing? But Nelson wanted to look good by defending Logan.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it only was bad for Corey, like Nelson needed to win in order for Corey to be safe, I'm pretty sure. Not even, because the House vote was Corey and Bettina. So it was a good deal. It was a good deal for them. Yeah, that was the end of the daily challenge. So Logan and Nani get a win under their belt. Logan's second win of the season, at least. He won with Anissa once or twice, I forget.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know they won the first daily challenge, but yeah. So Logan and Nani are the agency. We get a little partying. Nani and Priscilla talk. Do you remember that talk? They're like really close to each other. It was really intimate. Okay, I'm glad you noticed that as well, because I was like, kiss.
I literally said, also Priscilla has her septum pierced. I'm like, is she the coolest person ever? Like,
yeah, I can't say one bad thing about her. I'm
gorgeous.
obsessed with Priscilla more than Bettina.
Well, I knew that. She's just like fucking amazing all around, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, and you have your septum pierced? Okay, like chill.
And then Nani was like, it was flirtatious in my opinion, but I guess she grabbed her chin. Did you see that? She was like, listen to me, honey. I
thought it was very romantic. And I was like, are they about to kiss? Like, it was very, just very close, very intimate. And like, I was like, Casey's gonna beat her ass.
I know,
but I guess they're really close. Like friend,
or that just Nani's language of speaking, just really touchy.
Yeah, but you don't talk to like an acquaintance like that. Like they clearly like get like have chemistry, whether it's just as friends or whatever. But like I didn't realize they were that close.
It's not even like Priscilla was looking down, like so Nani lifted her chin. Nani was just like, I don't know. It was weird. Yeah, we talked about CT and his strategy so far this season. We get to deliberation. Side note, I ran across this random channel called The Thing's Reality, and apparently the drinking limit this season was the lowest it's ever been.
What do you mean?
So sometimes, like if things get out of hand the season prior, they'll put like a drinking limit so people can't have as many, you limit out at like 2 drinks. They have like a ticket system where you have like, you go into the night with however many tickets and you have to trade a ticket in to get a drink.
Really?
Yeah.
And there's not just like alcohol in the house that you could just drink, like it's all like monitored.
Yeah, it's all monitored. It's pretty dumb, in my opinion. If people want to get shit-faced and knock themselves out of the game, that's entertaining.
What do you think the limit is?
So Corey quote said, "We kept on getting put on like punishment. It was wild this season. We were like kids at a carnival," which I don't know how that analogy really works. Kids at a carnival. But yeah, I mean, it sounds like they couldn't really get drunk. They could probably get like buzzed. I mean, we
Well,
haven't really seen any crazy drunk people this season.
But remember the fight with Esther throwing a drink? Like I feel like everybody was drunk there.
Yeah,
But
maybe that's when they put the limit on or something.
maybe. Also, you can, now this is like my inner alcoholics speaking. But you can like take other people's drink tickets too, like people who don't drink or like don't drink that much. Like you can just like, and then you can save them if you don't drink one night.
Yeah, cameras are always on them, so you would have to be sneaky, I suppose. But yeah,
I'm just saying, like, there's probably a way to get drunk.
Yeah, you're just like, how can I get more drinks? You're just thinking for them. Yeah, I thought that was interesting and pretty upsetting. I hope they are pretty, loosen up with that rule.
Yeah, I guess. Like, do you think if I just yawned and somebody's watching it, it'll make them yawn, or do you have to be like in the same? Oh,
nope, I think so.
Do you think if I was in a movie theater and a person like 3 rows behind me yawns, that it could trigger me to yawn, or do I?
Even if you don't see or hear it?
Yeah.
That's a whole nother question.
Dogs even like respond to it. Like when sometimes I yawn and my dog yawns. Do you know that they don't know why?
Who the dogs don't know why?
No, like
people. No, it's just like a phenomenon nobody knows about.
Yeah, it's like
contagious. I feel like we do it to ourselves because yawns feel good, right? So like we see somebody else yawn and we're like, oh, that feels good, and then just automatically kind of starts. I don't know.
I think it's like Westworld, and it's like a glitch in humans and they're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're all AIs at the end of the day. We're not really here, so we're just programmed to yawn when other people yawn. That's what it is.
That's what I'm saying, but it's a glitch and they have to fix it.
We have to do
it. Wait, the next update will be fine.
Yeah, we got the spider update, the yawning update. Yeah, we got a lot for you.
I mean, when they do the human update.
Oh yeah, the version, whatever. You think it's a phone update. You think you're updating your phone, but you're actually updating yourself.
If one day we all wake up and the yawns aren't contagious anymore, we should all be afraid.
Yeah. How do you transition out of that, Nick? How? I'm not good with transitions in general. You never help me with transitions.
No, you're actually really good at them.
I doubt it.
Like, speaking of yawning.
Speaking of yawning.
Remember how boring Amanda was this episode? Or?
Nice. All right, we're in. Yeah, Corey speaks up and tries to defend himself during deliberation. Says he's this loyal person and he's always been loyal. And I mean, I suppose, yeah, you could nitpick. How about this moment where you blah, blah, blah. But for the most part, he is pretty loyal.
And then on the other side of that argument, I think Ashley was like, name one.
Yeah.
It's so funny because she's like, name one thing besides that time I stole $1 million, which is pretty big.
Yeah.
But name one thing that I've done and it went quiet. So
yeah. No, I mean, you gotta give her credit. She's been fighting this narrative ever since she took the money. And she's also been extremely loyal. I mean, World of Worlds 2, she was loyal to that huge alliance that was just demolishing the whole game, and she chose to be loyal to them. She could have jumped ship to like people she liked more, maybe.
I think they're both like loyal, solid players.
And it's funny because they always, Corey and Ashley were on the same Real World season. They were
Oh, really?
rivals. Yeah, they were rivals on Rivals 3. So they have like a really long history of just being together and kind of like a pair. So
Wait,
it always surprises me when they fight, because there are definitely instances where they fight.
but it could be because they are close.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's easier to fight with people that are close to you.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Corey claims Ashley is a snake, but yeah, he's just grasping for straws at this point, because yeah, the only thing he has is the $1 million that she stole, which
Do you
yeah.
think she ever wakes up and regrets it and says, "Oh, I really wish I shared that money"? No.
Especially Hunter. I mean, there's not much substance to Hunter, you know. Hunter's,
Also, like, he said some
yeah.
That's
what I'm like. He doesn't think. He's one of those people with no inner voice in his head. I feel like he just goes about his day and just says whatever the fuck comes out of his mouth.
I don't know. He said some wild things to her and they were hooking up and then they weren't hooking up anymore and they didn't like each other anymore.
Very toxic.
I'm taking that money.
Yeah.
That's like giving money to your ex. Like,
right?
No.
And an ex that you don't get along with.
Yeah, like, no.
An ex, yeah. Nelson gets into it with Amanda, which is, it's kind of like Corey's sidekick Nelson and Ashley's sidekick Amanda get into
Oh my God.
Into it, right?
Oh my God. If I had to if I had to pick my favorite like challenge moment ever, I think this might be it.
What, when Nelson calls her out for the $500
calls Ashley cheap. I lost my shit. And then the best part was Amanda's face where she's like hadn't thought about it, and then all of a sudden she was like, in her head you could tell she was like, damn, that was cheap.
But yeah, so Nelson says, like, because Amanda did technically like throw herself in on Final Reckoning. Remember, her and Zach couldn't come to a conclusion on who to vote in, so they ended up having to go in themselves instead of Ashley and Hunter or Johnny and Tony. So yeah, she technically sacrificed, not voluntarily, but in a way, because she could have been like, all right, fine, I'll go with you, Zach. So she did do a favor for Ashley, and then Ashley won that season. So you would expect a little more compensation.
Listen,
but also,
if I hit the lottery, I hope nobody expects me to give them money. Like, she won.
Yeah,
it's a game. Like, you. But what's funny about it? I don't know why the $500 is so funny.
Yeah,
it's just like, for some reason that amount is just like. It's like, it would have been better if she didn't send anything at all. I'm not saying $500 isn't a lot of money, like it is.
Yeah.
But when she won $1 million,
I know, yeah.
And you send her a $500 gift card.
Yeah. it's almost like a joke.
It just and then her face when she's like Amanda, you could tell she's like, oh my God, that was cheap. I never thought about it until Nelson just said it. So good. I love that so much. Yeah. Also, on the Aftermath episode, Amanda said that she doesn't know where this $500 gift card narrative came from. That's not true. But Amanda did say that she bought her a bunch of baby gifts, which is weird because the baby came pretty late after Ashley won that $1 million. So wait, Amanda said she didn't get $500? Yeah, she said she didn't get a $500 gift card, but she got a bunch of baby gifts. Okay. Yeah, this story just got weirder. That just makes everything really confusing. Yeah. I don't know if it's better or worse than the $500 gift card. You know what? I bet you, well, maybe not. I was gonna say maybe she gave her like something really nice and they just don't want to talk about it because it'll make other people like, oh, why didn't I get something? So maybe that she did get her something really nice and they're just like, no, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, they are really good friends outside of the game. You would hope, because of what Amanda did during that season, in order for Ashley to eventually win the $1 million, you would think, take her out to dinner a bunch of times, do something. I don't know. Like I said, if I hit the lottery, I better not like go out to dinner with my friend and they expect me to pay because I hit the lottery.
Yeah.
It's like,
But what if somebody was like, yo, you should play the lottery today, and that's what made you play the lottery? Would you be like, I feel like I owe that person something? No. All right. Moving on.
I'm just telling you. If I fall
yeah.
pile of money, don't end
I won't be able to contact you. You'll be MIA. So yeah, Corey and Bettina get the House vote. And it's a landslide. We learned in the Aftermath episode, it's about 12-6. 6 people voted for Ed and Ashley. 12 people voted for Corey and Bettina.
All right.
So it wasn't really close. Yeah, Corey finds himself in the first elimination in the vet war. It's not a good luck when you're an established veteran, 9th, 10th season or whatever this is for him. Things should be getting easier at this time. It's almost like it's hard to see a win on the horizon for Corey, even though Total Madness, he came in 3rd. Double Agents, he came in 2nd. So
That's
it's definitely
like,
possible, but he needs the right people on his side.
That's what I was saying earlier. Like, I don't know what Nelson and Corey, like they're clearly doing something wrong and I don't know how they can fix it. Like,
yeah, it seems like they are better in the Skull seasons.
Yeah. Don't say that though. We don't need skulls.
Oh no, that yeah, I like how they haven't even acknowledged.
Yeah, don't put that into the universe.
Yeah. You just got really loud for some reason.
Ah! Because I'm screaming. No, I'm not. I was talking.
Okay.
Oh, it's probably the demon speaking through me.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
All is normal. So yeah, I mean, we get to the elimination, right? Where am I?
Yeah. Yeah, LM.
I like the bit. Well, before actually, a couple things happen. Corey calls Kyle out for like being a liar. I don't know. He kind of just pops off on Kyle out when they're like outside, and Kyle kind of claims he didn't vote for Corey, but then Corey's like, I'm not gonna, fall for your lies. And that was a lie by Kyle, because in the Aftermath, it did say that Kyle voted for Corey and Bettina.
Oh, so, I feel like Kyle's like gotten in a lot of arguments with people this season.
Yeah, he and like, who else was there? I remember another kind of heated.
I don't know. I don't know who he's tight with. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know his name right now.
I mean, he's tight with Devin. We know that, right? Because what was their name? Dial.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Ew, yeah. We haven't really seen much from them since that episode, like together. Oh. But they seem to be working kind of together. Bettina and Corey have a conversation where they kind of say who they would steal if they won, which is interesting. Corey would have taken Casey. Good choice. Bettina would have taken CT.
Yeah, that's a good choice too.
A good choice, yeah. But yeah, like you said, you were trying to ignore the edit throughout the whole episode. Maybe you said something about that.
I said, as far as the Corey storyline went, I was trying to ignore how production was like making the storyline seem, and just look at it like facts.
So, our fantasy season, Corey had literally 0 points heading into this episode. So when like the episode featured him so heavily, I thought there's no way he can go home. They would have had him be a bigger part of the season in previous episodes if he was going home this episode.
Yeah, and that probably, we could probably write down a couple names right now of who's probably going to last long, just based on the fact of how quiet they've been. Kyle, Amanda,
CT maybe,
and like Tori. Like I feel like there's been a lot of
Josh. I look at, because I make the overlays for our analysis every time, and I put people who are featured in the episode the most, and Josh is like there every time.
I know, which might not be good.
He's going home soon.
Also, everything because you cheat and you look up everything.
That's not true.
And
That's
why
actually not true.
And that's why you win the fantasy every year, because you cheat. So
Wow. I can't believe you're going to expose me like this. No, I don't look up spoilers. I did get spoiled for Total Madness, not by my own will, because people out there just spreading spoilers like it's freaking butter on bread. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah. But I'm actually not spoiled this season.
Like milk.
What?
Hashtag not spoiled.
Not like milk, you said. Yeah, I mean, Elimination. Good setup for the Elimination. It was hang in the balance. Start off on one platform where your puzzle pieces are located. You work together to transfer the puzzle pieces to the other platform while traversing this oddly shaped beam.
I think it was like this.
Yeah.
It was like a square, but like.
And then once all the puzzle pieces were transferred, you obviously have to perform the puzzle.
Yeah. I love seeing eliminations where you can tell it's so hard, like, and there's a moment where you're like, is anybody ever going to be able to do this? Like the one with Berna and Tatcha, where they had to do the latter one.
Good example.
That's how I felt during that one. I was like, are they gonna just have to call it? Like, is anybody ever gonna win? Because that's when moments like that, when you really have to like push, you're like about to give up and you need to just figure it out.
Yeah.
That's how I felt with this one. I was like, it just looked impossible for a second.
It did. And like halfway through, it seemed like Corey couldn't even open his hands. And it's like, is this possible? Which as viewers is awesome. Those eliminations really stand out because, like you said, they break a barrier for their personal self. Like they get past more than what they thought they would be able to.
Yeah. I will say, going into this, I thought Amber and Jeremiah were definitely going to win. And very, very early in the elimination, there was a confessional by Devin, and he said that Amber's strategy Amber and Jeremiah's strategy wasn't sustainable or something, like it wasn't, as soon as he said that, I was like, it like gave it away.
So, and that's when I brought up the edit earlier, that's where I was heading towards. It seemed like Corey was gonna stay in the house. Seemed like Corey and Bettina were gonna win. I don't know, the edits they were getting, the confessionals that they were showing, even Bettina's, it just made it seem like they were gonna win for me. So when Jeremiah and Amber were one trip away from getting all their puzzle pieces to the puzzle station, because I knew this puzzle wasn't that complicated. Once if a team got to the puzzle first, they were going to win most likely, unless they got at the same exact time, then it's a race, which it almost was. But when they were only one trip away, I was like, am I wrong? I was like, oh my God. I was like I'm saying like too much. I thought Jeremiah and Amber were going to win. I thought there was no chance they could lose at that point.
Same.
Because Corey and Bettina were so far behind. They were one trip away.
I think Corey and Bettina had at least 3 more trips to make at that point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, crazy.
But the moment where all 4 of them are sitting on the
starting platform.
Yeah. And you could tell they're all just like, I don't know what to do. And Bettina was not giving up. She's like, all right, let's just think. Like, what can we do? All right, let's try it like this. She could have very easily, everybody else was checking out.
Yeah, Corey was probably thinking about his exit speech, like he was,
everybody was
you could see it in his eyes. He was defeated. He was disappointed. He was done.
I think they were all sitting there like, well, we gave this a really good effort. None of our hands work. Don't know how this is going to end. At this point, I'll accept the loss. Like they were already accepting the loss. And she was she didn't even stop for a second. She's like, all right, well, what can we do? Blah, 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 blah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's like really cool to see in a rookie that nobody really like that was
Took
under
seriously.
the radar that people were kind of sleeping on. So I love to see that. And she crushed it.
God, I mean, yeah, the former dancer, obviously that came into play with the rhythm of this elimination and their eventual strategy.
Yeah, crossing and
and just count with each other in rhythm. And obviously that strategy was much more efficient, much quicker. The other strategy was just like it was bad for the guy's back, really bad. I mean, just like hang over and lift something heavy. Imagine doing that
and moving like sideways while you do it. Oof.
Yeah. Oh, I'm surprised Jeremiah did it so many times, like without his back giving out. And that's a testament to Jeremiah and Amber. They did really well.
I mean, they did great. But I'm just shocked that they didn't try. It didn't seem like they tried another strategy. They were a little bit stuck on that. They're like, well, this is how we were doing it. It was working. We're going to have to keep trying to do it this way.
True.
Where that's why Bettina and Corey won, is because they reevaluated. And that's what Amber and Jeremiah needed to do. They needed to like reevaluate. But I'm happy with how it ended. I you know, like I said, Amber was a champ. This is her second season. She's had a good run. She'll probably be back. So I wasn't upset to see her go. Like I like her, but
and she, like you said, she wasn't upset either. She won the previous season. Like she's not going to win them all, you know.
She wasn't upset at all. She was smiling and she like ran over and jumped and like hugged, like.
Yeah, she went out very gracefully. I think that helped her a lot.
Yeah.
For her image, because she kind of was perceived as annoying this season. You know, bragging about her maybe previous win. That's how she was perceived. That's not how I perceived her necessarily, but that's how the edit was.
Yeah.
And how other like petty people in the house perceived her.
I can't believe.
I know. This episode was amazing. Obviously, how close the competitions were a reason why that episode was so great.
How pissed were you when TJ didn't let them take a partner?
I was upset because Corey and Bettina just worked their asses off.
It's like, oh, great. Like now, of course, like.
Yeah. I don't know if there was exaggeration when Corey said this, but I think he said like 2 hours at least out in that elimination arena.
I believe it.
I believe it too. Yeah.
So what do you think is going to happen? What do you think?
Yeah. So that's the question, right?
I don't.
Oh, by the way, last time Corey lost in elimination was Vendettas, season 31, and it's season 37 right now. And he lost to Nelson in that stupid soccer elimination where they both blew it.
Yeah.
But I think that was pretty interesting find.
If he hasn't lost an elimination in that long, wouldn't that mean that he's made it to the final every season?
So he was on Final Reckoning where he got disqualified for slamming Tony. That was season 32. Season 33, he was not on. Season 34, he was not on. Season 35, Total Madness, he went to the final. Season 36, Double Agents, he went to the final. So either he got sent home or sent home from physical violence, or he went to a final in the last 6 seasons.
Not bad.
Also, Devin saying Corey somehow managed to solve a puzzle without touching any of the puzzle pieces.
I like the Bettina just took it over. I mean, that puzzle was pretty easy. I'm pretty sure Corey could have done it.
I know, yeah. I think Corey, doesn't cut enough slack for himself, like just try it. He hears puzzle, sees puzzle, and he's like, I can't do it.
I know, but if you have somebody else that can do it and it's an elimination, then just let them do it.
Let them do it, but don't like put all that pressure on them. Because in the beginning, even before the elimination started, he was like, as long as you could solve that puzzle.
Yeah.
And, and then Bettina's like, I'm not a puzzle queen. I'm good at math. And like,
I think she said maths.
I actually talked about that when Daniel subbed in for you. In other countries, well, math is short for what? Mathematics. So maths. I think it's actually. I think
Priscilla says math, or
yeah, Priscilla said maths, and I think it's normal. It's not wrong to say math with an S at the end.
I'm gonna do that now.
Yeah, right. We need to actually look that up. It's probably an easy find. Yeah, what the heck's gonna happen? So obviously we got some guesses. It's either gonna be a purge, it's gonna be an individual game now. They're gonna be split into teams, which is very unlikely, or they're gonna have new pairs.
Yeah.
So
I'm like leaning towards new pairs.
I'm leaning. Yeah, I don't even know. It's hard to. I wish they just told us so we could speculate on that.
Individual game would be fine too.
Yeah, it seems like in the next on preview, the daily challenge is an individual challenge. So it could be a purge challenge. It could be it could be an individual challenge. It could be an individual challenge determining who your new partner is.
So that's what I was thinking, like the two top, like whoever comes in first is a team, second is a team.
I was upset when TJ was like, don't pick your partners, go back up. But also I was like, oh, sick. So now these pairs are pairs for the rest of the game. But then we learned.
I don't think so. Yeah. Have we had a trivia episode yet?
Shoot. I mean, we're 9 episodes in. I don't think we've seen a trivia one. I don't remember any of these rookies getting asked questions. That's what I'm trying to remember.
Huh. Because then we're due for one.
Yeah, we're due for one. Haven't seen an eating challenge yet either.
You know how I hate seeing trivia this late in the game. Like, please don't, like, I don't know, or just don't do it at all.
Yeah, no, it's definitely coming. TJ wouldn't sign up to do these seasons if there wasn't at least one trivia episode. That's why he does it.
I feel like we're missing an episode and it did happen, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's hard to remember. It's hard to think that we're 9 episodes in already. We're technically halfway through the season.
There's still a lot of people though.
There is. Yeah, Tori doesn't have a partner right now, so that can be foreshadowing for what's to happen, I suppose. Maybe it's a purge and
well, actually, they wouldn't have done that. They wouldn't have done this now if they were going to do new pairs. They would have waited for it to be even. So it probably is a purge.
Purge
and
or individual game, like
purge and 3 people go home.
Shoot, I don't know, but I want to find out.
All right, until next time.
Bye. All right, until next time. Yeah, that's all we got for you. Spies, lies, and allies. Who we got? It's hard.
Bye. I'm hanging up.
Oh, you're leaving? We're not gonna play our game?
All right, fine.
Spies. Logan. He's a spy.
Yeah, Logan, and then the lie, Kyle.
Yeah, we caught him.
Right, we right to Corey's face.
And then ally.
It's Josh and Devin. Like
it's Josh and Devin, yo.
It still is. They're doing
Josh and Devin with a sprinkle of Logan.
Yeah. Hey, I can see all 3 of. I don't know, but then you're right. Okay, maybe not. But so much Josh this season, he's probably not gonna make it.
Yeah, that has to be my bet. He's been such a big part of every episode. It's hard for me to imagine that he'll be a big part of every other episode until the final.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. Right. But yeah, that wraps it up. Thanks for joining us. Don't look at me like that.
I just don't know what accent that was.
I don't know. I'm trying to spice up the outros. I hate outros so much. I get like, I blank out. Like, oh, it's time to go.
I know. I see it happen. Yeah.
I'm blanking out right now. Can you do an outro?
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, that wraps it up. Until next time.
Please comment. Let us know how you felt about the episode. Let us know how you felt about us. And be honest.
Be honest.
Be honest. That's all we ask of you, is to be honest. All right, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.